tell me if I'm close. You start looking into Denver because something about Colorado just keeps pulling at you. Maybe you visited once and caught yourself checking home prices after the trip. Maybe you saw the mountains from the city and started wondering what it would be like if that was part of your normal week. Maybe there's a job, family, or new opportunity already putting Denver on your radar. Then the research got overwhelming. Living in Denver, moving to Denver, Denver cost of living, Denver weather, Denver traffic, and suddenly everything you read sounds like a warning. I totally get it. You should look into all of that before making a big decision like relocating to a whole different state. But here's what gets missed in all of that noise. Why so many people still look at Denver and think, yeah, I could see myself there. A few of them rarely get explained, and a few of them might just change how you think about travel, neighborhoods, and even the real estate math. And the first one is something almost nobody gets excited about during the research phase until it starts affecting your calendar. The first one is not going to sound sexy, but guys, it matters. We're talking about access. And I know airport access is not usually what gets someone fired up about living in Denver. Denver sits in a really useful spot. You're starting from the middle of the map. So flying for work, visiting family, or getting out for a long weekend doesn't feel like a massive production just to leave town. Then you add Denver International Airport, and that's where it gets real. DIA served more than 82 million passengers in 2025, and it ranked as the 4th busiest airport in the United States. This is a major travel hub, not just a small airport where you're hoping for one decent flight time. So right there, you have 3 underrated benefits: Denver's central location, DIA's nonstop reach, and another transportation option with the A line. This comes up with us all the time. We'll hop on a Zoom and pull up the map, and at first, most conversations start with the obvious stuff: mountain access, newer communities, more space, monthly payment. Then we ask, how often are you flying? And that one question can change the whole conversation. Because if you're flying once or twice a month, or you have a family coming into town several times a year, areas like Central Park, Aurora, or Green Valley Ranch may move higher on the list than you expected. You also have the RTD A line. This is going to connect Union Station all the way to DIA in about 37 minutes across a 23-mile route with 8 stations. Airport access is not the flashiest Denver benefit, but it does save time, reduce stress, and make the metro easier to live in. And if Denver is on your radar, this is exactly where a local perspective can help. My name is Patrick Laurienti. I'm a local realtor here in Colorado. My team and I are going to help you compare different parts of the metro and help you understand the market. So look, you do not need to be ready to make a move tomorrow. If you're early, just curious, or comparing Denver to another city, completely fine. Still pick up the phone, call, text, email me. We love to have these conversations. My number and information is down in the description below or on the screen. Now, some of the most interesting growth around Denver is happening in places that used to feel like empty space, and it's because it was empty space. Now, that whole stretch is turning into one of the more important corridors to watch in the entire metro. Enter Colorado Airtropolis. You have Adams County, Aurora, Brighton, Commerce City, Thornton, Denver, and Denver International Airport all tied in to the bigger airport corridor conversation. And look, the idea is simple. All that land around the airport is being planned for jobs, roads, business infrastructure, and communities that can keep growing over time. You're already seeing companies put real money there too. In 2025, Southwest Airlines University opened a 23,000 square feet training facility in Aurora with the option to expand by another 12,000 square feet. Then look at the community side. Aurora Highlands has over 21 miles of trails, 12 neighborhood parks, and 20 pocket parks all in one neighborhood. So this is more than homes near the airport. There's actually planning around how that area is supposed to function as it grows. This is really 3 benefits in one: economic activity, East Metro development, and Aurora's food and culture depth. Now, before we hype things up too much, I always like to be realistic. Growth is never guaranteed. No one knows what exactly this corridor looks like from 10 years from now. What I like is that activity is already happening there. They're already developing and building. And the biggest piece is there is a lot of land that could keep changing how residents look at the east side of Denver Metro. One weekend in Denver can mess with your head a little. You stay near Coors Field, grab dinner in Rhino, drive one stretch of I-25, and suddenly think, all right, I get it, I know Denver. Guys, it's not that simple. And I mean it in a good way. One of the biggest perks of living here is that the Metro gives you more than one lane to choose from. If you want games, concerts, concerts, restaurants, and that city center feel. Downtown has the obvious anchor, Coors Field, Ball Arena, and the Denver Performing Arts Complex. Over in Cherry Creek, completely different setup. Cherry Creek North covers 16 blocks, and the shopping center has 160 plus stores and restaurants. I'm talking shopping, dining, hotels, fitness, all packed into a tighter part of Denver. Then you got Rhino, restaurants, breweries, murals, music, and older industrial buildings turned into some of the coolest spots in all of Denver. Then you head toward Old Town Arvada. We're getting out of Denver here, but this is still gonna give you restaurants, coffee, breweries, local shops, and the G-Line connection straight to Denver. Go south towards Highlands Ranch or Lone Tree, the conversation shifts completely. And guys, it's not Denver, but it's still the metro. And we're talking space, convenience, and easier route access toward DTC. That gives you two more advantages: variety across the metro and established districts that already have restaurants, entertainment, transit, and everyday convenience built into the neighborhood. Here's what starts to matter once that Colorado excitement calms down a little bit. Look, at first, everyone gets fired up about the obvious stuff: mountains, red rocks, trails, reservoirs. But where Denver separates itself is that you can get that Colorado feel without making your normal week harder. Denver has a huge advantage here. Denver Parks and Recreation include 30 recreation centers and nearly 20,000 acres of urban and mountain parkland. Look southwest near Littleton. You've got Chatfield State Park, which covers 5,300 acres with almost 33 miles of trails and 197 campsites. We're talking you can boat, bike, camp, fish, and just get out for a few hours. Now, if you head west towards Lakewood and Morrison, Red Rocks Park is right in your backyard. It's 868 acres in Jefferson County with the amphitheater, the trails, and the trading posts. Near Belmar, you've got another 80 shops, restaurants, a movie theater, doctor's offices, seasonal events, and a winter ice rink. So you can spend part of your day around Red Rocks or Bear Creek, then still grab food, run an errand, or catch a movie. And closer into Denver, you still get that sense of Colorado. The Botanic Gardens covers 24 acres, and places like Wash Park, City Park, Sloan's Lake keep outdoor space right inside of your neighborhood. That's the piece that gets missed in a lot of Denver research. A lot of this metro lets you get outside, handle the week, and stay connected to the reason Colorado got your attention in the first place. The address is only one piece of the move, because after the boxes show up, you're trying to figure out where to eat, where to take the kids, where to meet people, and how to stop feeling like the new face everywhere you go. Some newer communities around Denver Metro deserve a closer look for that exact reason. Take Painted Prairie in Aurora. It's a 640-acre community with community gardens, public art, playgrounds, and a future town center planned for restaurants, concert, movie nights, and markets. Then you have Windler, also in Aurora. Windler shows more than 160 acres of parks, trails, and open space with plans for a community center, pool, pickleball, tennis courts, and Anna's Place planned with food, drinks, and fire pits. Now down south, we're gonna go to a whole different master plan community. I'm talking Sterling Ranch. Over 30 miles of internal trails, nearly 40% open space, and the overlook clubhouse with a pool, fitness center, and outdoor pavilion. Now the trail count is great. The bigger deal is that there are places where the week can start feeling familiar fast. One thing to watch: newer communities can be awesome, and you still need to look under the hood. Metro districts, HOA costs, property taxes, and what exists right now versus what's still on the rendering. That's the part that can make the first few months feel easier. Let me save you from thinking you need to be some hardcore mountain person to enjoy living in Denver. You can go all in on Colorado outdoor living if you want. Obviously, that's why a lot of people come here. But the underrated part is that you can choose your level. Some residents want golf. You can keep it close to town or head up towards Evergreen when you want that more of a foothill feel. Others just want a place to walk, bike, and clear their head for a bit. Then you have the days you want a real change. Mount Falcon Park in Morrison has the Castle Trail, which is about 2,000 feet of elevation gain. So that one's no joke. And guys, that flexibility is what makes the outdoor piece work for more than one type of person. Your outdoor time here can be a golf round, a bike ride, a quick trail, a reservoir afternoon, or a full mountain weekend. You can make it fit your actual life instead of forcing yourself into the fake Colorado identity. Now, one thing Denver gets roasted for online is actually one of the reasons the whole outdoor setup works better than expected. Denver weather gets roasted for a reason. You can leave the house with sunglasses and sunscreen and still need a jacket in the car because the forecast can and will flip on you fast. But what catches a lot of newcomers off guard, the climate can become one of the better parts of living here. It's the biggest biggest pro and con to Denver. Denver sits at 5,280 feet, so the altitude is real, and the sunshine is a big deal too. Metro Denver has a semi-arid 4-season climate with nearly 300 days of annual sunshine. And winter still shows up, snow still happens, but a lot of storms move through quicker than newcomers expect. Summer has its own upside. Denver's average high in August is 86 degrees with low humidity and cooler evenings. That's why patios, rooftops, and evening plans work so well here, because you get a lot of nights where being outside still sounds like a good idea. But once you get the hang of it, the upside shows up fast. Bright days, low humidity, 4 real seasons, and a lot more chances to be outside without waiting for the one perfect weather window. Here's where Denver gets judged way too fast. Everyone talks about, oh my gosh, the prices are so high. The Denver Metro is expensive. There's no question about it. DMAR's June 2026 report showed detached homes closing at a median of $675,000 and attached homes closing at $391,000. That gap alone tells you Denver real estate can't be explained by one scary number. The median matters, but the payment picture needs more than that one stat. You got to take account of taxes, HOA dues, insurance, age of the house, district costs, and maintenance. All of those things are going to show up, and suddenly the numbers are telling a completely different story. The price gets your attention, but the payment is what you want to pay attention to. Property taxes are a great example. For 2025 taxes payable in 2026, Denver gives an example where a typical single-family home valued at $625 came out about $3,300 in property taxes. Now here's the real takeaway. Priorities change the search fast. Lower maintenance, more square footage, fewer monthly fees, and a better commute or a tax structure that doesn't wreck the payment can all change the direction. Once you understand that, Denver starts looking less like a wall of scary numbers and more like a market where the strategy actually matters. Now look, before I wrap this up, comment with the Denver area you've been researching most, because I want to know which communities you want us to cover next. Here's my opinion. It's really easy to judge the Metro from the loudest complaint you hear online. And I get it, Denver can be expensive, traffic can suck, and the weather can flip. But after all 13 benefits, the bigger picture starts to come together. Denver has airport access, growth corridors, outdoor options, sunshine, newer communities, established neighborhoods, and a real estate market that gets clearer once we pull back some layers. Denver gives you a lot of different ways to make the Metro work. The hard part is narrowing the map before the numbers, community taxes, and neighborhood start pulling you in different directions. My name is Patrick Laurienti. I've been a local realtor here for 12 years, and my real estate team and I help you guys, people like you looking to relocate to Colorado, make sense of the Denver Metro every day. So look, if you're serious about making a move, call, text, or shoot me an email. All my information is down below in the description and on the screen. I'm gonna help you break down the options that fit your timing, budget, and your goals. And look, if you're not ready for that, completely get it. That's okay. We've got all of the research you can possibly do right here on this channel. I'm talking community tours, home tours, market updates, and local videos that's really going to help you understand what life around Denver actually looks like. I've got the videos on the screen. Click one of those. Keep learning the Metro. And guys, we'll see you in the next one.